It's intermission time. It's great to get out to the movies.
I am Megan Braun, and I host the Intermission podcast produced by the Synagogue. And today we have a special guest with us. Christian, can you introduce yourself to the listener of who you are, what you do, and the film we'll be talking about today?
My name is Christian Petzold. I'm sitting here in Berlin. It's a Friday evening in Berlin. And my kids are on their run to make a clubbing weekend here in Berlin. You know, there are many clubs here. Yeah? And I'm a film director, and have made a new movie, which is now 8 months old, MIROIRS number 3. And I think we talk about this movie and perhaps about other movies.
Amazing. And so prior films of yours, I was reading that you are someone who likes to work with an actor and stick with them, specifically Paula Beer, the lead of this film. This is your 4th collaboration together. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Before I have made 6 movies with Nina Hoss and then 4 movies with Paula Beer. But I have also made 7 movies with Matthias Brandt, 7 movies with Barbara Auer. You know, I have read when I was 18. I have read a book about the Stuck Company by John Ford. Yeah? And you know, I grew up in a small village when there was no cinema in this village, but the library was my cinema, and I read everything about cinema and movie making and everything. And there was a book about John Ford. The title of the book was The Stuck Company of John Ford. And for me, the idea to have a stuck company behind the camera, in front of the camera for many, many years, for decades, was a fantastic idea for me, because we haven't got an industry here in Germany, real industry. We are simulating a little bit Los Angeles, but it's just a simulation. And therefore, this people I work on and on together with, like Paula, Nina, and also the people behind the camera, are very important for me.
I love that. I've said this on the podcast before, that I think more people in the industry, even in LA and in more prominent film industry, should be doing that, because it's almost like musicians have a band and they work with the same band, work with the same tour manager, lighting, audio tech. And with films, it's like, you know and trust the team that you're with, and you know what they'll deliver. And so there's that like relationship that's built that I think creates beautiful art.
Yeah.
I think that's very cool.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, there was this Berlin Film Festival here, and there was a small private screening of Blue Moon by Richard Linklater. Yeah, there were some people that were invited, and I was invited too, and Ethan Hawke was there. And he talked there 45 minutes, very intelligent, and I love to watch and hear intelligent actors and he's talking about the same subject, about this. It's a group, they have a discourse, they're like a collective, and a collective intelligence is much more intelligent in the USA. In Germany, there's a quotation by Heiner Müller who says, 5 Germans are much more stupid than 2 Germans, but this is the other way. Yeah?
I love that. Okay. When I did a little research on you, I saw that your films that you've made have kind of common themes in them, with identity, memory, trauma, the feeling of not belonging, also the notion of, I would say, like remorse and death. And there's these common tones in your films. Is that I would assume that's intentional. Like, what about those topics made you want to narrow in on them?
I think the major topic is ghosts. Yeah, I must say that like this. I read a quotation. I think it was a quotation here on a graffiti on a wall in Berlin. There was a fantastic sentence by a Berlin punk guy, I think it's from the 80s, and he has written down in this graffiti, "It's very hard to be exploited, but it's more hard to be not exploited." That means if you have no job, you're a ghost. If you are out of a love story, you're a ghost. When you are in a traumatic situation, you could be a ghost. You are nothing. Yeah? And cinema is always interested on people who are ghosts, who are coming out of the jail and have no social structure around them, yeah, who have to survive something in an adventure movie or in a social art house movie. Yeah? So the cinema is always interested in people who are lonely, who have lost their identity, who are searching, who are trying to survive. It has something to do with cinema for itself, because when you are when you go to the movies, you are sitting there with a big number of people, yeah, but everybody is lonely. But in this moment, our loneliness is a collective loneliness, and cinema has something to do with giving us relief for our loneliness. And this is one of the main themes in all movies. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That is a really interesting look at the idea of like a room full of people, but everyone internally is feeling the same way, even though externally there's bodies sat next to you. I love that. A lot about this podcast that I do is getting to know people through the films that they love, and also why they watch the films they watch, or why they make the films they make. So being a bit introspective, I find very interesting about the medium. I have a question for you that I ask everyone that comes on the show. Sometimes it's a little tricky, but if you were to pick a film that describes where you're at in life right now, what comes to mind, with whichever way you want to take that question?
Okay, this morning when I woke up, this morning I thought about. I think it has something to do that there is a book by Liza Minnelli now in the German bookshops. Yeah, I think it's an autobiography of herself, written by herself. But I thought about her father, yeah, and about a movie what Winston Minnelli did. It was Some Came Running with Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin. I think this is a movie which is one of the most important movies in my life. Yeah, and I think that I have shown it to the actors since 25 years in our rehearsals. Yeah.
What about the film is so important to you?
It's something. It's a movie. It's technicolor. It's very artificial. But there is a final scene where everything is in. Yeah? Dean Martin. He never. He's always wearing his hat in the movie. He says, "I never took my hat away for a woman," for example. He's wearing his hat during, I think he's in the bath tube. Yeah? So, but at the end, when the girl died, yeah, and we are standing there on a hill, and there's a funeral. He put his hat off, yeah, and from his hat off, and then you can see the factory in the back. Yeah. And in this moment, this whole movie, it's about a movie about the working class and their desire and the people who owns the factories. Yeah. It's not the subject. It's the meat of this movie. Yeah. It's not the theme. It's inside the class struggle world. And it's so intelligent, and it's on the same way. It's like an opera. Yeah. I think it's one of the best movies I ever saw in my life.
Oh, wow. Okay. This is going on my watch list immediately. I need to see it.
Yeah.
Okay. So getting into general movie taste, were there films or filmmakers that made you fall in love with cinema to begin with? Who are some of your reference points when making a movie?
I must say I'm a Hitchcock fan since I was 16 years old. Also, it started with this interview book by François Truffaut and Alfred Hitchcock, because in this moment it opens for me, during the reading the book, it opens the door and the windows to cinema. Yeah? And I learned everything from this book, and I learned everything from the movies I saw by Alfred Hitchcock. Sometimes I hate myself to be a Hitchcock fan, yeah? Because when you see Vertigo, it's a perverted movie. It's, I think, one of the best movies ever made. But on the other hand, it's also a little bit perverted. It's a male subject who kills women to get back his erection or something like that. It's perverted, but it's fantastic perverted. And I love this movie, and sometimes I hate it. But I have seen it 110 times, and I think I hate it 4 times, and 106 times I love it.
Speaking of movies that you're watching more recently, is there a film that you saw maybe this past year that you just can't stop thinking about?
I must say the Paul Anderson movie I saw in a German cinema, together with my daughter, and I was a little bit irritated by this movie in the first moment because I came out. I saw the best car pursuing scene I ever saw in my life. I love Leonardo DiCaprio. I love so many things in the movie, but something was wrong. I thought when I came out, it was wrong for me that the reference, 16 years. The opening scene and then the opening scene was 16 years ago. Yeah, and this 16 years ago, migrants at the border between California or Texas and Mexico. It was not a theme 16 years ago. It was not like this. So 16 years ago is today. Yeah, and so what we have at the contemporary time of the movie is 16 years away from us. Yeah. And so I was a little bit irritated. And later when I was discussing with my daughter and I talked to her about my irritations, and she said, but this is great. Yeah. To change the times like this. Yeah. To say, hey, we are living in a Trump country. We have this ICE. We have fascistic structures everywhere. Yeah? But in 16 years, there's a new generation who's going to demonstrations, and also our fathers and mothers from the left wing who are smoking cannabis from 24 hours a day. Yeah? They are not. They're really good fathers and good mothers. Yeah, it's not like so. I thought this movie is fantastic. Yeah, I like it very much.
I think the conversation that people have after watching a movie is just as important as the film itself. Like I love that feeling when I go into a theater and I'm indifferent or I don't get it, and then I sit with it and I talk to someone after and I have a completely different perspective. So that's cool that you got to talk to your daughter about it.
For me, cinema is something like that. You know, when you're sitting alone and watching a movie on a TV screen, a DVD or something, or a streamer or so, it's so I needed to go outside into the movies, into a movie, and I go later with friends in a restaurant or a bar or a cigarette in front of a building or something. We start to discuss, and this gives this group which is discussing a movie is really intelligent. But there are some guys who when they come out of the cinema, they hate cinema so much that they try to describe the movie and to interpret the movie in a really bad way. These people, I don't want to have a cigarette together with them, and I don't want to go to a bar with them. Yeah, they destroy everything.
Okay, now I think we should get into your film. Can you give the listener a brief description of the plot, and then we'll get into some of the questions?
Yes, a young student for piano with suicidal tendencies. She has a car accident with her friend, and the friend died, and she was found by an older woman. And this older woman takes her with her into her house, and she started to be like the daughter of this older woman, and she likes the situation. This older woman never asks her, "What is your name? Where are you coming from? What is your identity? What is your you're studying or working or so?" She's just the given name Laura and not more. And I think this is a fantastic thing to have a new identity. Just have your given name and you have a new life. And this new life is the first part of the movie. Later, there is no innocence in movies, and she has to pay for this innocence moment or the innocent moment. But this is the movie a little bit. It's about I must say the metaphor of the movie is repairing. Yeah, when when my daughter, when she was 4 years old, yeah, and she can't sleep in the night, and she came to me in the dining room, and I'm watching TV, and she asked, can I watch TV together with you? There was a James Bond movie, yeah, on the screen. I hate James Bond movies. I don't like them. But she said, I want to see this. Yeah? And we watched 20 minutes, this James Bond movie, Fireball or something. I don't know, or don't remember the title. And she said, I love James Bond. And I was a little bit aggressive about that my daughter loves James Bond. And I said, why? And she said, he never have to clean up. Yeah, he can destroy everything. Yeah, and so I understand that there is a cinema which likes to destroy the world, clean the world up. Yeah, to make tabula rasa, bombing and so. And there is on the other side, there's a cinema who shows the repairing of the world. Yeah, a traumatic family, what is happening after a car accident. Yeah, so we have these two subjects in storytelling. Yeah, and I think today in our contemporary time we need more repairing movies.
Oh wow, I love that analogy you gave. And I also do want to say I loved this film. I got to watch it and I really, really loved it. I'm like really excited to now watch all of your other films. It's very my type of movie. It's beautiful. I wanted to, well, actually, you said something that I found interesting, saying that this movie is about repair. And then there's the literal moments of repair in the film, like repairing the dishwasher, repairing at the auto body shop. And I love that parallel of the metaphor repair and the literal repair happening throughout the film.
Yeah. This was an idea I found at the editing table. It was not in the script. I like. It's something to do with a movie I saw. I think it's a movie I saw, June Bug, it's an American movie some years ago. And there was a scene where the daughter with problems is coming home and the father is repairing the washing machine. Yeah? And in this moment, the daughter sit down near the father who is repairing the washing machine with his hands, his sensible hands and his skills and his tools. Yeah? And in this moment, they don't need a dialogue. They don't need words. Yeah? It's just a moment where father and daughter are together and the daughter is feeling totally relieved. Yeah, because there's someone you can trust because he can repair something. Yeah? And this was a little bit in my head when I'm writing down the script. There are so many broken things in this movie, broken fences, broken cars, broken washing machines, and so on. But at the editing table, I know that this was the metaphor of the movie, to repair. Yeah, and when you can repair a washing machine or a disher, perhaps you can repair the souls too. Yeah, this is the thing. But I think I saw it first at the editing table. It was not the idea during the script writing.
That's so fascinating that as a filmmaker, you have that opportunity to, like, editing. People always say editing is the most important part of the film. And that is fascinating that you can kind of hone in on something that you didn't originally intend. I am curious, the theme and the notion of a stranger becoming integrated into like an unfamiliar household. Where did you get inspiration for that type of dynamic?
Yeah, there was a movie by Pier Paolo Pasolini from the 60s, Teorema. There's a woman is coming to a rich family and everything changed. Sometimes structures like families or unions or clubs or teams, they need something coming from the outside. A fresh view. Yeah, it's always, the best things in our world are complex. Yeah, we hate the strangers because we don't like them. We want to build big fences. On the other hand, we need them. We need them because they're watching us, they're looking at us. In this moment, we are the others, and we have the possibility also to change. Yeah? We need them. Yeah? And all societies which are building big fences and walls around them, and they don't want to have any contact to the world, they are dying. Yeah? And so this idea was, so there is a young stranger is coming to a house and a structure to a family, and also for her, she has the possibility to getting adult by herself through this, with the help of this family. So it's a complex thing, yeah, but it's very simple. It's very simple. There are just 4 persons. Yeah, there's one house, and I think you have movies and houses has something to do with each other. You have to live in them. I hate movies where you don't have an orientation, yeah, where you don't know what is happening. You need the feeling in the cinema. I can trust a movie when I can live in this movie. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I love that. And it makes me think of the different scenes in the movie where Laura is like in the window watching the mother paint, or she's watching people walk by and stop biking. It's the observer observing the observer.
That's right. Yeah, this was the idea. The other thing was what is happening at the editing table was that I recognized that the whole movie is Laura is it's a birth. The accident, the car accident, is like a birth. She's found by a woman. She's getting a bed, and she's getting something to eat, and she's learning how to paint a fence. She's learning to smell herbs. Yeah, she's learning to cook. She received her first bicycle, so she has a real new life. In 3 days, she's coming from a baby to a 14-year-old girl, and then the first weekend without parents, and she's going by her bicycle to a boy. Yeah, so this is so a whole life, yeah? And this was not my idea. I found it in the conversation with the editor at the editing table.
Huh. Oh, that's so cool. That I'm just now seeing that as well. It's a whole little life cycle within that story.
Yeah. I can tell you something about the movie. It was since 20 years, all opening scenes I have made, I cut them out at the editing table. It's always the same. In each movie, the first 2 days of shooting, I've put away. And in this movie, we had made really long scenes in the university for this for piano playing. Yeah, so we have made the scene where she has a panic attack. Yeah, sitting at the piano, she has a conversation with a young student. Yeah, and when I saw this, I think. I don't want. It was the idea of an author. And it was not her life. It was my imagination of her. So I cut it out. Yeah, and Paula Bear, the actress who's playing this, the Laura, the character of Laura, she said, "So why you cut it out? So nobody knows something about me at the beginning. When I'm standing there at the bridge and staring into the water, I have no identity." Yeah? And I said to her, it's a little bit, it's like a tale. Yeah? And in Alice in Wonderland, you know nothing about Alice. Yeah? Alice is falling into the rabbit hole, and then her life starts. This is her identity, her way, yeah, in her journey. Yeah? And so your identity is coming with the story, and it's not something. There is no identity before. Yeah, it's not. I'm not interested in this. Yeah, so this was something also that happened at the editing table, where many things happening. Yeah?
Yeah, that makes me think too, because as I was watching it, I was like, I wonder like who Laura is as a person. I was trying to understand like why she was so, when she's on the car ride initially with the other couple and her boyfriend, like why she was behaving the way she was behaving, but that adds to the mystery and the lore of wanting to better understand her. So to me, that makes a ton of sense. You almost want more ambiguity.
Yeah.
Because that leads to the mystery of it all. and it doesn't feel heavy-handed, you know?
Yeah, it's so, you know, we are here in Berlin. Many people are like these guys in the car who are talking about producers for music, and they're talking like this, about a weekend on a ship and music and girls and so on, yeah. And I don't like them. Yes, it's like this, and they are playing. They are playing. And they have always the feeling they are on a stage. Yeah? So for me, it was important. She's sitting with them, but she's on her way to leave this world. Yeah? And then she's passing this woman in black, and their looks are they're touched by their looks. Yeah? And so this was the exit to this world. Yeah? This moment.
Cool. Okay, I'm going to do a couple recommendation questions and we'll close out. So first we have, what is a film you think every filmmaker should watch at least once?
Oh, I must say, just one movie or 220? I don't know. One movie. I think you have to see Vertigo. I must say, it's like this. You have to see it. Yeah.
Okay, a film you wished more people talked about.
Wonder by Barbara Loden. Fantastic movie. Really fantastic.
And a film you return to when you feel stuck creatively.
Oh, I must say, this is not guilty pleasure. This is not right. It's Silver Linings.
Yeah.
I love this movie. I must say.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah. So, and we here as a family, the kids are living in their own flats now, but on Christmas we are all together. Yeah. And we have always after the eating and the dinner, and so we are watching a movie. Yeah, and Silver Lining is always on the first position in our list. Yeah? The kids love it, and my wife too. And I love this movie, and I love I love Jennifer Lawrence when she's angry in this movie. She's so great, and the dancing scene. There is a fantastic thing when she says to Bradley Cooper, come closer, don't look at me." Yeah, so don't look at me, and then when you're very close to me, yeah, then you can look. This is emotion. This is everything. Yeah, and this. Yeah.
Oh, such a good movie. I completely agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so to wrap us out, can you tell the listener where they can find your film?
I don't know. I think they're on Amazon. You can, they're here in this best streaming here by video on demand. Here, 123 Records, Janus Records. Oh, I forgot their name because when I'm talking English, my memory is completely. Yeah, it's gone away. It's my favorite streaming and producing company in New York, and I was there for many days. And these are the most intelligent people I talk with, and I forgot the name of the company. I'm
trying to think. Is it like Mubi?
No, it's not like Mubi. It's I have it here on my Criterion.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so sorry. It's
okay.
Oh my God. Okay, Criterion. I love it. Yeah, and you can find it everything there on Criterion too. Yeah.
Amazing. We're big fans of Criterion.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again for coming on. I had a great time talking to you. And I genuinely was so excited to watch all of your other films now.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And have a good day in Los Angeles. And your Friday starts. My Friday is finishing now. Yeah. And see you sometimes. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good evening.
If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave us 5 stars on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. To stay in touch, follow our Instagram page at It's Intermission Time and share with your friends. As always, Intermission is produced by Jazeel Chu and Olivia Dean, and of course, hosted by yours truly, Megan Braun. This episode is brought to you by The Synagogue.